People often ask me, so Josh, what do you miss about home? On any normal day, I don't miss much. Jesus teaches us all throughout the Gospels, following me, you're gonna have to deny yourself and pick up your cross and follow me. It's gonna be a life of sacrifice. It's gonna be hard.
When Josh and I first visited, I threw my foot down and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I was scared and way out of my comfort zone. The cost of it, I mean, when I was 8, I told my parents that I wanted to be a missionary. I think God started and planted that seed very early on. And so it grew over time, and there's been sacrifice definitely included in living here.
If the enemy was to attack me with anything, it's fear. And my comfort really is about, well, I know I love Florida and I know I love my people there. And coming to Costa Rica is such an unknown. To move down here, I sacrificed my comfort, but not because this is any less than America, just because all my comforts are in America. The enemy can really get in my head about doubts and if I'm doing the right thing or if the Lord really called me here.
It was difficult to see the rest of my friends still being in community with each other and going on about their lives while I was kind of separated from everybody. I'd say that was the hardest part for me. The reality of my calling, being in a different place in a different community.
Mainly time with my family. That was one thing I was always very close to, as my family. I have 2 little nieces that I love, and just not being able to see them, or I used to go travel to Michigan for Thanksgiving, or just do different road trips to see families. So really, family is probably the biggest thing that I'm missing.
We sold everything. It was like the purge. It was so healthy. We got rid of everything and came down, and it was Molly and the 4 kids. My daughter was 13 and my kids were 9, 7, and 5. So we moved down in like 14 suitcases to Costa Rica. My wife had never even been here. So she showed up in the mission field, never having explored any of it before.
There's just pros and cons to everything. There could be some things that I miss about America, but was that really a good thing for me? Like, was it good that I had AC everywhere I went? Sure, it felt good. But being here without AC everywhere makes me realize that it's a blessing to have. And I don't need to be complaining about something as little as AC when there's people that sit in the heat all day, every day.
Jesus has just been faithful to open every door and sustain me in every season. This is the best work I could ever imagine doing, and I never want to step out. What a gift that I get to serve and love these people, but they serve and love me just as much, if not more.
Being able to see answered prayers that far back and that young goes back to, like, God does work all things together for good. Knowing that God equips me. He doesn't need me to be a part of any of this, but he wants me. And so he includes me on it and in it, really. Being able to serve alongside my family has been very exciting. It's very rewarding. There's been sacrifice definitely included, but we've gained so much.
I think the biggest blessing for me moving down here has been the challenges that I've accepted and the growth that I've already experienced up until now. I've gained through relationships with the people here in the community and how many people have invested in me and poured into me.
Just the additional family. Like, I consider Josh now a brother. Spencer like a crazy uncle. Really just the companionship that I've gotten down here with these men that have been down here.
Watching my kids interact with the kids here and just fall in love with this country and the people that are here has definitely been the biggest blessing for us.
Getting to go out every single day and live out your purpose, that's a feeling I wouldn't trade for anything. If you're at an impasse where you don't know what your calling is, you don't know what your purpose is, then that's what I'd say is take the leap. Wherever you think God's calling you, give it a shot. Because when you step out of the boat and faith, sometimes you walk on the water.
To take up my cross means that I'm going to put others before myself. I'm going to put others ahead of my needs. I'm going to lay down my selfish needs and my selfish wants to be able to show that light that Jesus has.
But what God teaches is that when you give up those things and you pursue me, you'll end up being satisfied in me. And so when we go up and we have hard days, because ministry's filled with hard days, and you can just you're scratching your head and you don't understand why things are happening the way they're happening. But you go and you give it to him and you say, God, I trust you in this. You get to see him work. And for me, that's everything. So I don't really feel like I've given up anything. I've gained everything.